Hello friends, this is Wendy, and today is day 3 of our triple layer cake. There will be a day 4, but let's go over what we've done so far. So first we of course constructed the triple layer cake, and the reason it's called triple layer cake is because it's like layer 1, which by the way we just finished with this cute little chick. So that's layer 1. Here's layer 2 that we are going to do today. And then there is layer 3, which I haven't even taped down my picture yet, but I will. We will have this done. And my greatest goal is to make sure I stay in frame because that seems to be a problem, at least for me. So let's get started. This is Winston. He is one of Tim Holtz's colorized. I love him. I've made him a few times now, and I just think he is stinking adorable. And I think he will look good with, I'm going to call this one a her. So then they go together, right? They go together like rama lama lama and ding-a-da-ding-da-dong, right? So when you do the colorize, let me show you. I believe this is, yeah. So this is white 1. So this will be the first one that I cut. And then this is white 2. So Tim Holtz does put these together, and he did use 2 different colors of white. This one has, I'm gonna bring this in again so you can see. So he did one on texture and one not on texture, just to make them look a little different. So I think I'm going to follow his lead and do white 1 on texture and white 2 on not textured white paper to start out with. So that's going to be my first run through on my machine. Okay, so we did 1 and 2, white 1 and 2, and I am going to put my dies away. Although, let me show you. So on the die, it has these impressions, and let's see if my snowman has them. Do you see that these impressions are there? That's going to help me put the second white on. So white 1 and white 2. I may ink. And if you know me, inking is absolutely everything. Just makes everything pop. Let me go back. Okay. So I'm going to now, it says on the video on how to put this together that the next thing that you do is black. So this is black 2. Let me show you that. This is black 1. It's gonna black or black, really super dark gray. Black or black, super, super, super dark gray, almost black, not quite black. Okay. So I pulled both of these blacks out of my black drawer, and I'm hoping there's enough contrast. So let's see when I try to put it together. So this is his stovepipe top hat. Do you see the line there? That is where the other black is going to go. So we'll pull out again so that you can see. I've made this hat a bunch. I love the hat. And I've used black, I've used gray. I'm just hoping that these 2 blacks will be enough of a contrast that we're gonna like it. Let's see. Okay, so I pulled out my black soot, and I'm gonna especially ink this one. Now, I don't know if you can tell, this paper is black all the way through, but this paper, it has a white core, whereas this one does not. So I want to get rid of this white core, and I think maybe that's what I don't like about this piece of paper, is the white core. So let's ink, get all of that white, make sure I'm in frame, make sure I can remember how to call it in frame. Boy, sometimes when I'm videoing, you know, and then I'm talking and I'm trying to remember what I want to say, and I don't. Yeah, it's just, I guess it's part of getting old. Oh, my boys, they say stuff about my husband and me forgetting things. Oh, well. Whoops. It is part of growing old. So I was mentioning in one of my last videos that I have been diagnosed with osteoarthritis in both knees. I'm not sure how bad it is. I got this video then from, it's like a professionally made video on osteoarthritis and what are some of the best ways to reduce pain and all that. And the number one best thing that gets the absolute best results from the stiffness and the pain of osteoarthritis is, drum roll please, losing weight. I've lost weight before, and then I gained it back. Jeez. Okay, so again, let's pull this up, see if I can get the focus. There we go. I did not do it perfectly. Somehow when I was sliding it around, I got it off center a little bit. But you know what? I don't think it's going to matter that much. So I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to ink here. I've never had this much trouble with one of these hats. I put it together. Maybe it's because I'm just not trying to be perfect. I don't know. I mean, when I generally make it, it's like, okay, put this together, because I've made probably 10 or more of these hats, because the hat works on so many different things. Besides Winston, it works on other things too. So next we have green 1, which is going to be a darker green, and green 2. So I'm going to cut those next. Okay, so this is green 1, and this is green 2. And they do go together. Okay, so I'm bringing this out, and I want to look at, so her red isn't like, well, it's like the lighter color of that red, right? We have red 1. We have red 2. And we have 3. Okay, so to make this scarf, the first step is to, I cut this out of cream, which is what is suggested. You know, you can do these in any colors you want to do them in. I was trying to keep with the, in fact, I originally was going to do an aqua scarf to match the ornament, only I just didn't want to have struggles with then the red, because then I would still have to cut out 2 reds, and I just decided I'm going to do red. So there is the base. So here are, let me pull this off here. This is not my best quality paper. You know, you tend to have all different qualities of paper when you've been crafting as long as I have. Wow, I'm not happy with that. I may have to cut this out of something else or run it through twice. Because I did do it on my stainless steel, but I could have run it through twice. And if I had like known, so if I had done this before with this paper, and I knew that this paper gave me fits, I'm hating this paper. All right, I was not playing around this time. I ran it through 3 times. Let's see how well it comes out. Ooh, look at that. And it's better paper. I mean, that's a big deal right there, is that I picked better paper and I ran it through 3 times. And I had no trouble getting that out. So sometimes it's the paper. Sometimes you just got to run it through more than once. But that paper was kind of flimsy, and I'd already sort of started pulling it out. So I was kind of in a position where I either needed to start over or I don't know. So now, and I think I will just start gluing. Because if I am going to ink, I will ink around it at the end. So these are the little berries that go on the hat. I was reading in one of the groups that I'm on. Somebody's brand new and asked, do I have to do a themed book? You know, does my junk journal have to be themed? Or can it be whatever I want it to be? You know, I mean, just this and that. And everyone, absolutely everyone said there are no rules. Do what you want. And that's exactly what I would have said. So, you know, we are all on the same page. This is all about just enjoying. Oh, I don't want to do that. Just enjoying the journey. And I like the no rules. Now, oh, here's the scarf. So this is layer 1. So the fringe can be problematic, just because I guess it can. So I'm just going to glue this down. I don't know that I'm going to, well, I don't know I'm going to bother with the fringe. This would be one of those cases where I should put a little puddle of glue on my mat and just kind of run it through it. That might be easier. So it's nice to have glue that gives you a little bit of wiggle room, but not, oh my gosh, not much, because it's starting to dry already, but we got it. We got it on there. We got it on there right. Okay. So that was number 1. And here is red number 2. Back in the day, and I'm saying about 20 years ago, it might be a little less, I loved this paper so much, and I still do. It really is one of my favorites. I bought a whole huge pack of it, and I haven't run out yet, but one day I will, and it will be a very sad day, because this particular company doesn't make this kind of paper anymore. So they're still in existence, but they make different company. This was Basil. I think it was called Basil Basics, but I can't find it anymore. Yeah, but it's 20 years ago, right? I mean, the industry keeps changing. I know a lot of people who they don't do their scrapbooks like this at all. They don't do scrapbooks. They don't do junk journals. They, do one of those video books. I mean, where they go on one of the many different places and they have a book made kind of digitally. Well, no, because it's a book. They send in all their pictures. Okay, I'm going to get this right. They send in their pictures, or, it's a company that they already have pictures. Like, okay, I buy mine off of Amazon, and Amazon offers it. Would you like your photos made into a book? And then they'll happily make a book for me. And I will have done nothing but, have taken the pictures. But, if you have young children and you're busy, then that may be the absolute easiest, best way for for you to do it. I mean, I'm not saying, I like doing this. I mean, it's not just about getting, for me, okay, it's not just about getting the pictures on a page. It's about enjoying my time with my pictures. And I relive the events that, you know, I have taken pictures of. Hopefully that doesn't sound weird. Okay, what happened to that? Tell me I didn't like lose it. Ah, there it is. So, like, I can relive these events. I can, and now that I'm doing junk journaling, I have more room to write about the events, you know, and just share how I feel. So it's not just photos. Let's see, I want it to go like that. Okay. Okay, this one I will. I'm going to make just a little puddle. And I'm going to just dab that around. And then I'll put it on here. So, let that dry. Here is the red that I'm digging for. And this is going to be the final layer of red. And poke out all of the little dealy bobs. All right. And glue. Okay, let's see if I can get this to line up. Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry. Let me get this to line up. Okay. So that's his scarf. But do I want to ink his outside? I'm going to look at my inspiration, which is the photograph. I think I'm just going to glue. So I may just do a little bit of blue or something on the very outside. But I don't think I would do every piece. But that could be something that you'd want to do, you know, on a different Winston. There we go. Now, let's see. Really, so long as I line him up on the outside, everything else falls right into place. Okay, so there's that, and here is his scarf, all nice and warm. Oh, gosh, I like that. Wow. I like that scarf a lot. So it turned out good. That makes me happy. I'm going to need to get some, yeah, a little bit of fringe action there. Okay. I think, oh, Winston came out maybe in 2001, maybe 2002. I don't remember. I think I read somewhere, I mean, like when I was looking at stuff, that what year it came out, but I was not paying attention. Oh my gosh, he's so stinking cute. I'm going to do his eyes first before I put that on. So we're moving on to orange 1 and orange 2. Just trust me that that's what these say. Okay, so orange 1 goes a little darker because it's bigger, so it goes behind. And the reason you want it a little darker is because it's going to have that little bit of a shadow. This is the carrot. Having these little tweezer things are very helpful. This is almost small enough to just puddle and dab, but so the nose goes, let's see if there's a little mark. Yes, there is. Wow. One thing that you can do is you can, with the archival inks, you can ink So like I could ink this and then I would be able to see better this line. The nose then goes on this original piece, but there's multiple layers, so you kind of gotta smash it on there. Okay. Let's do the eyes. This might be a puddle and dab. Yeah, I'm gonna puddle and dab these. Make a little puddle and dab. So one eye goes right there. I'm looking at the photo on the cover. And the other one's gonna go kind of right there. Just like Olaf, I want a happy snowman. So puddle and dab. And where'd that last one go? Here it is. Black on black is not the smartest thing to do, just saying. Okay. And puddle and dab. Now let's stick that hat on. It does have a little line there. So I'm going to look at this photo really quick. Okay. Doesn't do any good to glue the whole hat because I don't have him on the ground yet. So that's the next step, is to make a background for him. I almost forgot, Winston has a broom, but I kind of want to check out his background first. So I have these on my desk. They're from something I did, I think, 2 years ago. And they've just been sitting on my desk ever since. I have to be mindful of the space. I was thinking maybe 2 of them. Maybe not. Maybe color. Put some brown with them. Because I mean, like, so we are going to play with this a little bit. And I have some more. So if I really hate what this turns out to look like, I got more. All right. So I'm going to try one at a time. And I'm going to do vintage photo first. I'm going to grab a paper towel. Okay. Because there's a little bit of ink right here that I don't want all over my fingers and everything else. Fingers and toes, right? Let me set that way over here. That out of the way. I'm only going to spritz a little bit because I don't need a lot of brown on it. Not all of this is going to show. I like that well enough. Might as well use up the rest on this one. Dirty snow, huh? I grew up in California, and my dad grew up in Ohio. And I used to say, oh, but I want to see snow. I just want to see snow. And my dad was like, oh, it's pretty for a day, but then it gets all dirty. And then I met my husband, and we lived in Alaska forever, for 25 years. And my dad was right. Even in Alaska, you know, the first little bit, it's just beautiful. And then people drive on it and it gets dirty. I pulled out this one too, but I don't want to use it now. I don't know whether I want to use this next or if I want to use some white. Let me check. So I have this picket fence paint. This is really old. He doesn't sell it like this anymore, and there's a lot of good reasons why. And I almost never use it because I'm not happy with how this comes out. I'm not even sure I can get any of it out. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can open it and get any out. And just do a little puddle here. There's a bubble. Okay, this is one of those things where you're either gonna see me succeed or fail. So I did want a bit of white on here. I might as well clean off this with my So I'm just going to clean off this edge. So this is paint, and it doesn't come, I don't know whether he has it come in a spray or what he has it come in now, but he doesn't do the dabber anymore because that's just, yeah, it was a not, no joy. I have a son who hates it when I say that. I don't know how many I want to do. I guess I'll let this dry and see. I'm actually going to pick some up with my paper towel here. So I didn't really want it quite so thick. But this is thinner than using the acrylic paint. Okay, now that I'm picking stuff up, I'm actually really liking it. So I think I'm going to do a little bit there. There. Okay, so now let's try this. And this is oxide spray. Yeah, I got it on me. So I've had these for a while, and I just have not really used them a lot. Oh, I like that. I used to try to, gosh, this was years ago when I very first started getting them. I would put them in a box, and I would sit a ways from it, like put a box on the floor, and then spray, and try not to make a mess. And then I got one of those splatter boxes that Tim Holtz has. But I still had the same kind of problem. And then, oh, I'm really liking that. Get a little bit of the, I just don't know how much is going to show. I don't think all that's going to show, but then I started watching YouTube videos, and I saw how some of the other makers were using theirs, and I was like, oh, well, I like that so much better because I have a little more control over where it's going to go than just putting it in a box and spraying. You know, I mean, if you're a put it in the box and spray it kind of gal, not a problem. So I like that. We'll see how it now looks on the page and see if I need to do anything else or throw them away and start over. Okay, I believe Winston is done. I love the little snowflakes behind them. These are Tim Holtz snowflakes. I chose to put it away from the edge so that it will close better. Because, you know, I've learned from experience, the closer to the edge, the harder it is to close. I decided that he doesn't need a broom. I mean, I could put a broom there, but I just don't think he needs one. I'm also worried about space. That is the primary reason. I don't want to overcrowd. So, and I want him to be the star. Of course, she's the star. No, he's the star. No, Donald. Donald's a star. There you go. Donald's a star. All right. So we have that. Oh, and just to let you know, I did put a page protector over here so that if there's any of this ink that we did or the little bit of paint that we did, you know, if it should get on it, I can wipe it off really easy instead of ruining my photo. Tomorrow, oh, I took the photo out. Tomorrow we'll work on this. And I've already got some ideas for it. It's the biggest space that we have so far. So it should be fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't already. This was fun. Anyway, I hope y'all have a happy holiday and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.